Okay, we're going to cook my French onion soup. So let's get on and turn the heat on. I've put it on the main burner on a full heat. And we're going to add in the butter. So we're going to add in about 20-25 grams of butter, but you're looking at about that amount of butter. So add that in with a teaspoon of oil. And we just need this to melt slightly and come up to the heat, and then we'll add in the onions. Hopefully you've stopped crying from chopping up what seems to be all the onions in the world, but you'll be surprised at how much they sweat down and shrink. It's not that much. So just move the butter around the pan just to get it melting, and then when it's about 90% melted we'll throw in the onions. So just swirl the butter around the pan. It just speeds up the melting and it stops it from burning. Go. Okay, and we can add in the onions and try and do this so that they all go into the pan and not all over your hob. Almost. There we go. And it will sweat down, don't worry. Oh, just a few overboard. You just need to get a spoon, and if you can, just try and move them around just to try and get a bit of oil and butter from most of the onions, just to try and get it coated. And I've still got it on the high heat, that's absolutely fine. So just gently moving it around. Once they've all gone shiny, that's more or less when you know that you've got them coated. There we go. Oh. Right, so that'll be fine to leave now. I'm going to move it onto the back burner, so onto a medium heat. Onto a medium heat. And then on the heat. And I'm going to leave this for half an hour and then just allow it to start sizzling away. In about 5 minutes time, just turn the heat down to low and just stir it occasionally, but half an hour total, so you just don't want anything to catch on the bottom. You're really just sort of sweating them down and just starting the cooking process. The key with this is to slow cook the onions. If we try to do it on a high heat too quickly, what you'd end up with is something resembling the stuff you put on hot dogs. It would be too fried onions. So just by slow cooking them, they'll really melt down and be absolutely fantastic. So leave this for half an hour. In 5 minutes, just turn the heat down, and then we'll be ready to go to the next step. Okay, it's been half an hour and the onions have been sweating down nicely. I'll just show you what mine are looking like, so hopefully yours will look something similar. Just starting to colour now, and you can see how much they've sweated down. I mean, it's under half the volume now, which is what we want. So there's still not much colour on them. And now we just need to add in our chopped thyme, and then a tablespoon, of both sugar and white wine vinegar. So, tablespoon of sugar, and then a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. And we'll just give this a stir, just to get it mixed through. And then we're going to put it back on the heat, on the same burner, but we're going to turn the heat up full now. So turn that heat up full. And now I want you just to cook this for 10 minutes, and it should start colouring now, and then that'll go the beautiful dark brown colour that French onions should do. Just give it a stir occasionally just to check that nothing's sticking to the bottom, but 10 minutes, and then when you come back just have your flour out and your stock ready, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and the onions have been cooking away further, and hopefully yours are looking like this. They've started now to go all lovely and brown, and that's exactly what we want. So we can leave it off the heat for a second whilst we add in the flour. So it's just one big heat dessert spoon of flour, like that. And then we just give this a stir. And what this will do is this will just thicken it up so it's more soup-like when we add in the stock. And see, instantly when you add in the flour, it just absorbs all the moisture. And we can just put this back on the heat, but on a low heat now. And once you've stirred in your flour, just leave the onions and the flour just to cook out slightly whilst we go and get the wine. So we need 1 glass of white wine. So go and get your wine and your glass. Okay, are you back? Have you got your wine? So we just need now to add in just 1 glass of white wine. Just a nice big full glass. And we can turn the heat back up full now, and we'll give it a good stir. And what the wine and the white wine vinegar will do with this is it'll just... The onions are very sweet, and with the sugar you've just got a little bit of balance with the acidity of the wine and the white wine vinegar. So I've just given that a little stir, and then it's just straight in with your stock. There you go. And again, just give it a nice stir through. And what I want you to do is just bring this up to the boil, then turn the heat down and just simmer it gently for 10 minutes. And then when you come back, just have your bread out and ready with your garlic, and turn your grill on so it's preheated nice and high. Okay, it's been simmering away for 10 minutes now. You can turn the heat off, and hopefully yours is looking something like this. Just a really nice, thick, oniony soup. So we can make sure you turn the heat off, and we can take the soup over to your work surface. And we can just leave that there whilst we pop your bread slices. Hopefully you've got these. And go and pop these under the grill, and then we'll finish everything else off whilst they're grilling. Okay, and just need to grill the bread on both sides just lightly golden. Obviously everybody's grill is slightly different, so just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't burn. But whilst it's going, we can just season the soup, because we haven't added any salt or pepper at this stage. And that's always a good thing with soups, not to season them too much at the start, because if you're adding liquid and then reducing it down by simmering it, sometimes if you add too much seasoning to start off with, it'll get too concentrated. So it's always a good idea with soups to season it at the end. So saying that, we need a nice big pinch of salt. And a good couple of twists of pepper. There we go. And then just give that a little stir in. And I'm just going to go and check my bread, because you don't want it to burn. Yeah, mine's ready to turn. Okay, so I've just turned my bread. Hopefully yours is roughly about the same sort of time. We can move the soup to the side again. We just need to peel the garlic. So, nice and simply. Sometimes these can be a little bit fiddly. This is a lovely thing to be able to do with the bread, what will be the crouton on top. When it comes out from under the grill nice and hot, we're going to rub the garlic all over it, and it'll just really infuse the bread with the flavour of the garlic. And then we'll just chop a couple of slices of gruyere on top and we'll be almost done. I'm just going to give it and my bread a little check. If you do the same. Go, perfect. So hopefully you've got your bread looking something like this. Remember to turn your grill off, I don't want you burning your kitchen down. So if yours isn't quite there yet, just press pause, and when your toast is looking like this, just nice and golden, then press play again. So what we need to do with the hot toast is just, as I said, just rub the garlic over the bread. Just nice and easy. And you should be able to smell it. And when you smell it, you know that it's been absorbed into the bread. So we're almost done. So next we need to bring in a bowl, and we're going to ladle in some soup. So just bring this in as well. So just ladle in, try not to make too much of a mess. There we go. Now you just want to cut the cheese next. So get your cheese, and we're just going to cut slices to go on top of the crouton. So just nice and thin, and then get rid of any rind if there is any. And then pop the crouton onto the bowl, like that. Pop the cheese on top. And then do the same with the other one, and then all you need to do is pop this back under the hot grill, which I think I just told you to turn off, so hopefully it'll be still hot though. So turn your grill back on. Pop this under a hot grill for a couple of minutes until the cheese goes nice and bubbly, and then you'll be all done, ready to eat. I would give it a couple of minutes though, because everything will be really, really hot after being under a hot grill. So watch you don't burn yourself when you eat it. But that's it done, and I hope you enjoy it.